heading for the old town of Bunteen. Like so many around here, when the train stopped coming to the wheat stores in the 1990s, the town went into decline. Then the school shut, as did everything else. It's now the home of Blue Bush Wildlife Rescue, which is thriving.
Right, Kirsten, this is the bird.
And where Kirsten volunteers some time.
Okay, mate. What I'm going to do is I'll just check his pupil light reflexes first. It all looks fine. I can't see any hemorrhage or lesions there, so I'll just...
This tawny frogmouth is common in the northern wheat belt. It's been looked after by Sue for 2 months after being found in the grille of a car.
Everything looks okay, so I think we'll just have a look and see if he can fly. Yeah. And if he's good with that, I think he should be good for release.
A final flight test should tell Kirsten everything she needs to know.
Good boy.
He looks very pleased with himself. He certainly does. I think he knows he's going to be released, and I think just having a mouse, he's feeling quite full now.
How does this make you feel, Sue?
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Biggest reward you can have. Spending 8 weeks rehabilitating him, and then now he can go home is just the best.
Sue does an amazing job, especially in our community where there's not a lot of options for where they can go. So the option for euthanasia was much more common when I first started doing it, before Sue was around, where I could send them to her and the welfare was much better looked after.
What variety.
Yes, it is, yeah. That's what makes your day so interesting and fly by so quickly.
This is just another day in the office for you.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. It's a good job, best job in the world.
Blue Bush has been set up to look after almost any injured wildlife that comes through the doors. Orphaned joeys are the most common patients. It's funded by public donations, but mainly by Sue cashing in her super. Houses are cheaper in towns where no one lives, which is why they're in Bunteen. So they could spend the rest of Sue's super on something much bigger.
Here we are, Heather. This is our little sanctuary, which we purchased about 5 years ago.
How big is your little sanctuary?
It's 1,250 acres.
Oh my goodness. That's not so little.
No, and it's for a release of our kangaroos.
I tell you what, you really care about this stuff if you're going to go to all the trouble of buying a sanctuary.
This is Little Blue Bush Sanctuary, a large block of land bought solely to help the animals adjust to being in the wild.
OK, in you come, guys.
This is a very handy piece of engineering.
Yes, indeed, yeah. Well, when there's quite so many roos to feed at the same time.
Each roo here has spent around 12 months being reared at Sue and Steve's house before coming to the sanctuary.
I can't believe you can remember all their names.
This is what we call enclosure number 1. It encompasses 2 acres. And this is just a pen where we bring the guys to get them used to nature.
William, that's naughty.
To get them used to the sights, the smells, the sounds. They'll meet some wild kangaroos through the fence and what have you. So, yeah, they'll learn to be wild animals.
Mm-hmm. So this is the next stage, really?
It is. It's the final stage. There's usually 3 stages, and this is a final stage. And once we're comfortable that they're wilded up enough, we then will open the gates and let them out. And we leave the gates open for a significant time, probably 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And then when we come and there's nobody left in the pen, we shut the gates.
It can take that long for them to go?
Oh, yes, yeah. And some of them still keep coming back.
Hello, mate.
Of course, around here, Not all people have the same affection for our national emblem as Sue and Steve. Many farmers see kangaroos as a pest, destroying pasture and crops, and often they have to be culled. But for Sue and Steve, I get the sense that it's more about not letting an animal suffer or die on the side of the road.
I think we're the luckiest people in the world because we've got this. We feel very lucky, very privileged that we were able to get this piece of land.
There we are. Here's a good boy.
And we are trying to sort of pay back a little bit to help those wildlife. And it's just something that's really in your heart. You know, I love it.
I saw a phrase once which might sum it up. And it said something along the lines of, wherever there are wild animals in this world, there is room for compassion and care. And that's sort of the motto I live by.
It's invaluable in our community and to the Australian environment, you know, and allows animals to be rehabilitated and put back into the wild. And it's just nice to think that somebody's, you know, out there batting for them and looking after them. It's amazing.